Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been quite a while since I've posted a video. Just had some personal stuff I had to deal with, and family comes first. But now that we got that taken care of and things have kind of settled down a little bit, it's back to the boat. I've been working on it periodically when I get time. Just haven't really recorded too much, but I could probably put little bits and pieces in to the video. But right now, I am getting the coring prepped, kind of taper everything off so I can lay glass in there. The plan is to lay some glass down where the stringers go, get the stringers all measured out, cut, put in place, kind of make sure everything fits together, and then glass a little bit more underneath the stringers. And then once I get that pretty much done, I'm going to glass everything, cap it all in, put a couple layers on the coring, and then probably, I don't know, probably around 3 to 5 layers on the stringers just to make sure everything is capped in, sealed in tight, tie everything into the transom. I like to do is kind of cap the stringers separate of the transom and put some glass material between the two and then cap it all in together. It's probably not a big concern with Kusa because it really doesn't hold much water. And the stringers and the transom are both going to be Kusa, or they actually are going to be Kusa. So with that, I don't have to worry about the water going back and forth. But if you had wood, if you're doing wood stringers and wood transom and you didn't separate the two, if one goes out, the other one's going to go out as well. So just kind of a practice I like to have. That way I know for sure it's all sealed in separately, and then if one fails or delaminates or whatever, the other one's not going to have issues as well. So plus it's easier to do a surface by itself. So let's get the rest of the stuff prepped, get everything in there. I got to do the strakes, or I already did the strakes. I glass those in before putting the coring down, and then I need to do the chines, build everything up. I need to do the ribs of the boat, build those up, so then I can start laying in the stringers and get everything laser cut, not laser cut, but lasered out, get cut it to the dimensions, and get everything just kind of set in place. So I'll take you along for that ride, and I hope you guys stick around, and we'll just get to it. All right, so being up on the boat, this is the coring that I put in, all sealed up. I went over everything, every little bit of piece, and everything worked awesome with the vacuum bagging. So if you guys haven't seen that video, I think there's the previous video from this one. Head back and you can see the, I think 1 or 2 videos I did of vacuum bagging the coring. The coring is just made to be a kind of a dampener, since this is not a solid glass boat. Some people do solid glass, just adds a lot of weight, and it doesn't give too much flex, but this allows it so the crushing of the waves and that type of stuff, it's not a break point with like stringers where it's a solid point. So this coring helps dampen the blow, cushions it, but it's still really strong, holds the rigidity of the boat. There's just a bunch of benefits to it, and it's lighter. If you take a 4x8 sheet of this Divinycell H, you can hold it up there and pinch it with 2 fingers, and you can hold it in the air. And it's super light stuff. It's probably combined maybe 10 pounds. The coring, the balsa is probably 4 times that, so it's a lot better stuff. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to be doing a lot of sanding down the keel, up on the chines, getting it nice and flat, making sure the glass is going to make good contact, cleaning it, double checking everything, going over it again with a little heavier grit so the glass wants to stick to it, wet it out, start laying the glass in. Because the keel and the chines, they originally had the balsa coring that was originally in the boat all the way up on the chines down to the keel. For me, those are your points where you're going to be hitting things. So if you are riding along and there's a log underneath the water, you hit that, it's going to be holding up a lot stronger than just thin fiberglass. It's going to be built up with straight glass, so it'll take a little bit higher of an impact. The coring material will take high impacts as well. It's just, I'd rather have solid glass for those high risk areas, so the keel and the chine, so the corners of the boats where impacts will most likely happen. So I'm going to build that layer up on the edge. So I'll probably do maybe 3, maybe 4 layers on the chines. The keel I'll probably do 5, 6, maybe a little bit more. build it up a little bit, and then there's gonna be a small stringer that goes down the center, and that's what's gonna kind of keep that rigidity of the boat. And I'm gonna try to keep it as similar as I did before, just using updated material, composite materials, the Kusa, because this boat's not gonna have any wood except for the cabin up here. As you could tell, these type of areas, so the back window, so that the cabin windows up through here and back is all going to be replaced with Kusa and or coring material. It's going to be lighter if there is water intrusion, because you guys got to remember, if you look back a couple of videos, from like right here is the back doors, and so that's all going to be exposed to weather. I'm planning on keeping my boat in shed, but it's not going to be inside its entire life. I'm going to be out fishing. It's going to be rain, water, salt water, all the elements. So that type of stuff is going to be replaced with non-absorbing material. Since that Divinacell H is a closed cell foam, it doesn't absorb water. Theoretically, there is chances that it does do a slight amount, but it's not going to be anything similar to wood. So everything in this boat is going to be composite. Whatever I replace is not going to have any wood in it. So maybe the cabinets, but I'm probably going to do honeycomb for the cabinets. But my relative, he is a fantastic woodworker. He said he would help me with cabinets, building wood cabinets for my boat. He does phenomenal work, but for me, this is a boat. Like, I'm not going to make this a showpiece. So it's going to be as nice as I can get it. But I want to be able to use it. If it gets nicked or damaged, I can go out and replace it and not have to worry about every little nick and scratch. So, because when I fish, I want to be able to not have to worry about the boat. I want to worry about catching fish. So that's my main objective, but keeping it in good condition. But on that off topic, let's get the keel and the chines, all the fiberglass cut for that, get it all laid out, start glassing it in, and get that as far as we can go today, and then hit it periodically as I have time. So I'm hoping to do a lot more work on this boat. There's going to be a lot more time coming up, but like I said, I've had issues after issues, and you know how it goes with families and kids and all that type of stuff. So we're back on track, so hopefully we'll start putting out some more videos and get this thing going. All right, so I got the measurements done for where the glass is going to lay down into the keel and up on the side of the chines. So it'd be 9 inches spanning across the area I want to fill in. So I'm going to do 2 sheets of strips, go all the way up and down, and it's going to be 9 inches wide for the first 2, 11 inches for the other 2, and then 13 and probably 16 to kind of cap it in, to kind of tailor everything and kind of make sure that each piece I'm laying down is going to have adhesion to what I'm doing, because if one fails, it's not going to all fail. If you do the opposite direction, if the first one fails, then they're all going to fail. That's just how I like to glass, but it just makes more sense to me, but people do it their own way. So I'm going to start off with 2 9s, 2 11s, and then probably a 13 and a 14, or I might just do a 14s, or just one single 14. So still kind of going over that a little bit, but that'll probably give me about 5 6, I might do 7 layers to kind of cap in each area. So port, starboard, and then down the keel. My biggest concern is probably the keel, since that's going to take the biggest impact if anyone would take an impact. So that's the plan. So I got my 1708 roll out here. I'm going to start cutting strips. I need to get some polyester resin putty. I had some. I must have ran out. I only had a little bit left over, and I thought I had another container, but I guess I don't. So I'm going to put that on order, so that'll probably be on the next video. This is probably going to be a little bit shorter of a video, but it's been a while since I've had a video out, so I think that's fine. So let's cut the fiberglass into the strips, and we'll be probably prepping it. I already sanded it down pretty well, but I'm definitely got to do some fine tuning. But I'm probably just going to do that off camera because I don't know how much time and effort and stuff you want to put into a video to watch sanding or something like that. So let's cut the strips, get it ready to go in, and once I get the putty, start to form all the corners, get a nice rolled edge so the glass lays down so it's not 90 degrees, and we'll start going on this project. And once I get this done, the stringers, that's something I'm really looking forward to. I got all my tools, got my lasers, got all of my drawings and everything set aside, so hopefully that should be fairly quick. And my dad's a contractor, so he has all the cutting, he has a table saw and all that type of stuff, so we can hopefully make good work out of that and quick work. So but let's get to the glassing right now, or get to cutting the glass, and then start laying it in once I get the thickened putty. So let's get to it.